Jordan out to the left. Quick drive to the left baseline. Takes Hansen to the hoop. Reverse layup is in. Michael Jordan on the drive against Hansen down the lane.
All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. In this video here, something I didn't know myself, I found this out by accident. Michael Jordan in 1987. How historic that season was. Yes, we all know that Michael Jordan had the highest points per game since 1970, at least since the 60s. Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, all that.
Left to Jordan. Michael with 8 to shoot. Shoots a 20-footer left of the circle right through.
The guy was just so good. I got some clips from Utah against the Bulls, but I can't just play it in succession because of the copyright. I found that if I keep it under 10 seconds per clip, then I'm good. So I'll be playing them periodically throughout this video. The dude was just extraordinary. He had no weaknesses. And in this particular game, it was on full display.
Michael put her good.
Since the merger, there have been 5 players who finished top 5 for MVP, who is on a losing team, a team with a losing record. And they are Pete Maravich in 1977. He finished 3rd. His team was 35-47. Moses Malone, 1981, finished 4th. And he actually had the best playoff run of all those players because he got to the finals. He finished 4th on a 40-42 team. And then Michael Jordan finished 2nd in 1987 on a 40-42 team. Unheard of since the merger.
Left side Jordan. Michael on the drive around. Eaton scoop layup is in.
Charles Barkley in 1988 finished 4th on a 36-46 team. Now these are all great efforts. And then just 2 years ago, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in 2023 finished 5th on a 40-42 team. But I think we all know who had the best season of these 5 players.
Jordan low left against Hansen. Shot clock at 11. Michael lean in, jump, banked in.
So here's the comparison of the 5 players who made top 5 for MVP on a losing team. As you can see, Pete Maravich in 1977 finished 3rd. He won the scoring title. 5.1 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 1.2 steals. Very good numbers. 83.5% free throw shooter. Michael Jordan in 1987 finished 2nd. 37.1 points per game. 5.2 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 2.9 steals, and 1.5 blocks. 85.7% from the free throw line. The entire skill package was on full display.
Has it now, turns left of the lane, in the lane. Jordan strips the ball from him.
Moses Malone in 1981, who finished 4th, 27.8 points per game, 14.8 rebounds per game, which led the league. 1.8 assists, 1 steal, and 1.9 blocks. Shot 75.7% from the free throw line. A great season, no doubt. Charles Barkley in 1988 finished 4th. 28.3 points per game. 11.9 rebounds per game. 3.2 assists, 1.3 steals, 1.3 blocks, 75.1 from the free throw line. He definitely had a good season. And then Alexander in 23 finished 5th. 31.4 points per game, which is very good, even though in the modern era it's so easy to score. 4.8 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 1.6 steals, 1 block, 90.5% from the line. Definitely had a very good season. But Michael Jordan, at least compared to these guys, was the highest in scoring by over 5.5 points per game, even though Alexander plays in this modern get points anytime you want era. He was 3rd in rebounds, he was 3rd in assists, he was 2nd in blocks, and he was 2nd in free throw percentage. I would say that Michael Jordan forced the voters to have to put him in there at number 2. Now, Magic was on a 65-win team, so it makes sense Magic Johnson actually won the MVP. But this was such a historic season. The scoring, the offense, the defense, all of it. This was only Michael Jordan's 2nd full season and it was ridiculous.
10 to shoot. Corzine holding left, now to Jordan. Michael right of the lane to the hoop, jammed it with a right hand.
You imagine being so good that you're on a 40-42 team that you make the voters put you second for MVP? Not Larry Bird. He was on a 59-win team. Nope. Michael, number 2. Dominique Wilkins was on a good team. Atlanta. Isaiah Thomas. But that was incredible. And you talking supporting cast, the guy just didn't have anything at all. The fact that they even won 40 games is incredible. And so many people just don't understand the scheduling in 1987. You had to play these teams 5 and 6 times each, not 3 and 4. It wasn't spread out like it is now. Your schedule was concentrated. And when you had tough teams in your division, like Milwaukee, Atlanta, Detroit, it wasn't easy. And then in the other division within the conference, you got to deal with Washington. They got a solid team. Jeff Malone, Moses Malone. They had a good supporting cast on that team. Obviously, Philadelphia was still an issue in 87. You got Barkley and Maurice Cheeks and Dr. J. And then Boston, the 3-time East defending champions. But Jordan was just insane. What Jordan did in 1987, like I said, it was nothing short of spectacular. What other word is there to use? There was nobody that was going to help him offensively, so he became the offense. He almost shot 50%.
Shoot. Eaton clears. Jordan drives. Reverse layup. Got it.
And in that game against Utah, you got 2 of the top probably 30 greatest players of all time. You got the defensive player of the year in Mark Eaton. And Jordan is just having his way with them. It's unbelievable, the skill level in a guy's second full season at 23, 24 years old. Unbelievable.
Pax gives it to Jordan. Michael in deep. Knocked both hands on Mark Eaton.
Now, in the history of the NBA, all the way back to the beginning, there have been 4 players who finished top 2 for MVP with a losing record. They are Bob Pettit in 1956. He won the MVP despite the 33-39 record. 1957, Bob Pettit finished second on a 34-38 team. They were in the finals against Boston. Took them to 7, if I remember correctly. Because of the only 8 teams, there just wasn't a lot of wins to go around. Only Boston was the only team that was really racking up wins. Everybody else was just within about 6 to 10 games of 500. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won the MVP, like Bob Pettit in 1956. In 1976, he won the MVP on his first year on the Lakers, on a 40-42 team, which is really unbelievable. This is the one MVP Kareem never should have won. Under 500, he won the MVP. What about Dave Cowens or Bob McAdoo? These guys at least should have been in the conversation for it. But the merger hadn't happened yet. Dr. J and Dan Issel and all the other great ABA players, George Gervin, they hadn't come to the NBA yet. So Kareem definitely had an easier chance of getting an MVP. There was players, like Bob Lanier, very good player. There was some good centers in the league. And Bill Walton didn't really have his coming out party until 1977. He had a great year, won the MVP in 78. But even still, since the merger, there has only been one player to finish top 2 for MVP with a losing record. And that had to be somebody who had a historic, unbelievable season like Michael Jordan in 1987.
Stockton. And here's a pass stolen by Michael Jordan. Jordan on the drive, in for the right side, to the hoop, lays it up and in.
This is just one more of those things that just adds to the legacy of Michael Jordan. All this stuff, I just keep finding it intentional, unintentional. I wasn't even sure this was enough to do a video, but I told myself, I'm going to get this information out there because somebody somewhere is going to watch this and they're going to find it interesting and say, wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. And that's all I'm going for.
Griffith, Jordan covers. Bounce pass stolen by Jordan. Michael Jordan on the drive. In on Stockton. Takes it inside, lays it up.
Those of us that were lucky enough to watch Jordan back in 85, 86, 87, we knew we were watching something special. Obviously, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, sure. But the guy had the basketball instincts, absolutely. He had all the skill. He had all the fundamentals. But that, with the athleticism, with the killer instinct that he had, his will to win, the mental fortitude, mental toughness, we'd never seen a combination like that on any player.
Malone back to Green. There's Jordan, another steal. Michael, a breakaway. Yeah.
And of course, the next year, most people regard as his best season. And I would say it probably was. But 1987, both offense and defense, he was amazing. He should have got first team all defense. His defense was awesome. 2.9 steals, 1.5 blocks from a 2-guard. Come on, man. You're telling me he couldn't beat out Maurice Cheeks, Derek Harper, Michael Cooper, who else was in there? Paul Pressey, I think. You're telling me Fat Lever, I think, even was ahead of Jordan in the voting? You're telling me Jordan couldn't get in there and get at least a second team all defense? Come on, voters. You thought enough of him to make him second for MVP because, yes, his season was historic, but he couldn't get anything in the all defensive category. Come on, go back and watch some highlights of Jordan and watch his defense. I wanted to get this out here because I thought this was a very nice nugget of information about Michael Jordan that people just either don't realize, don't talk about, don't look deep enough to find, but this is just incredible stuff. Why are we even ever discussing about GOAT conversation? There is no conversation. There's Michael Jordan. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I give daily content, and that's it. Until next time.